It is our pleasure to welcome Manny Machado of the San Diego Padres.
Yeah.
What's here on
What's up,
97th
guys?
Street The Fan? Hi, Manny. How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
So
How
You
excited
guys brought
were
the
you?
cold over here, huh?
I guess
God,
all
it was
windy.
nice. It was nice and hot.
It was
Now it's
hot.
cold.
Do you like it hotter out here?
Nah, I like it like this.
Like this? It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It sucks all the moisture out of you. This place, Arizona, does every time.
It's tough.
It's tough,
It's
dude.
tough.
It's
Imagine
tough.
being here 6 weeks.
I can't do it. You and Sammy Lev, and those are the guys that are here the longest, man. So you look great, man. You're feeling great. The health is good. Family's good.
Everyone's good.
How's the baby boy?
He's awesome, man.
Is he?
He's awesome.
Getting
growing.
old?
Great. Keep getting old. Almost a year.
It's crazy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Time
It's
flies.
awesome.
Getting into the
It's
routine. There's a lot of routine when
A lot
it
of
comes to being
routine.
a parent.
Yeah, it's tough, because it's the routine between his life, obviously is changing, and then not getting into season now. It's a whole completely different animal. Going to the games at night, or night games, and naps during the day, and
That's you or him?
both.
Both.
Both. When he naps, I nap.
That's the rule. I told you that
Yeah.
rule last year.
Absolutely.
When he naps, you nap.
Absolutely.
I try to do it now. Mine are 7 and 4, and they don't nap much anymore. But my wife's like, "But you're still napping in the middle of the day, and that's a problem."
Hey, you got to take it in.
That's
you got to
right.
get your 30 minutes in.
Got to.
But for me, it's like 2 hours. So.
I know. I'm with you 100%. A lot's been made of it, and I know you've talked about it already this year. But coming into camp, well, and having an off season where you could go lift and do all the things that you need to do to get your body ready for a long season. We know how important it is to be on the field. What a load off for you this year. No surgery, no nothing. Just can go and lift and get strong and hit bombs.
Yeah, man, it was fun. It was fun, honestly. It's a grind, because obviously with the rehab and you have to do so much, just for your arm that you kind of sometimes don't even have time to, get your body going. And then on top of that, there's a lot of things I couldn't do last year because of my elbow, right? I couldn't squat, I couldn't load up anything, I couldn't really grip. So, because I'm obviously trying to get the strength back. So there's a lot of things that I had to kind of change, but a lot of good that I learned from that as well, that I kind of incorporated into my workout this year and kind of got better at, that I wasn't really as good with the flexibility side of some lifts. So, yeah, man, just having an off season was a normal off season was pretty nice to have.
I know spring training results mean less than nothing, but first pitch home run last
How
Friday,
about that?
Yeah,
you
I'm
wanna
getting back
take
to my
one?
old stuff. Nah, I'm swinging. I hack. I don't take.
I
They don't
felt
pay me to
sorry.
walk.
I don't even know who the pitcher was.
I don't
felt a little
remember.
Sorry, like you're gonna let me get one over just before you're
Yeah,
gonna take
he
one
told
over
me,
the
he's like,
fence?
I saw him after walking off the field. He's like, "Come on, man, I'm trying to make a team over here. You already made it, so let me get one." Yeah, trying to be back.
I remember getting into a debate with somebody online, shocker, last year, and man, he needs to see more pitches, and I'm like, bro, I like pulled your numbers on the first pitch, and they're pretty nasty. I mean, you go up there and hunt and looking for something to drive. We've never actually sat and talked hitting with you, and I love to watch you hit, and I watch it, and you don't tinker much. You're not a big tinkerer. Like, you kind of stick with what got you here, I would imagine. But so what do you work on? Like, when you go talk to Victor and stuff, and you guys are working in the cages in season, before the season, during the season, what are you doing in there?
All right, so so last year, I don't tinker a lot, right? I stick to what my strength is, and it's to swing, right? When I take, I chase a little bit. I've gotten better over the years without chasing. My numbers, my walk numbers have gotten up a little bit over the years. I think that's just more mental side of things, right? Of you just kind of getting smarter, knowing what the pitchers are doing to you, right? But as a mechanical side of things, I kind of stick with my strengths, right? Staying inside the ball, hitting the ball to right field, line drives, let the ball, have high extension at the end. Last year with my swing, I kind of had to change a lot of things. My elbow wasn't allowing me to get into the slot I wanted to get into, which was previously from the previous injury from the years prior was the same thing happening to me. I was kind of going around the baseballs, couldn't really stay inside the ball. I couldn't really, get into the slot that I wanted to. So everything was kind of coming around, and the same thing happened last year when the season started. So me, Vic and Bert kind of like, we kind of just sat down and kind of like try to reinvent the wheel a little bit and try to just see what worked. We're middle of the season, so you can't really hold on, I'm going to stop and take a 2-week vacation. No, it's you got to kind of just trying to figure it out on the fly. And, we kind of tweaked a couple things and kind of just ended up working for me. And now that I had a good off season, got back to my roots, using my one-hand bat that I couldn't use prior just because of the strength and the elbow purpose. But now I'm able to get back into my slot. I'm in a better slot position. I'm able to create those angles that I wanted to with my barrel and kind of be my old self.
Yeah, you're being honest with us right now, which you wouldn't have been last year when we asked you how you're feeling. You would have said, I'm fine. I'm doing fine, because you don't talk about injuries. You don't like talking about injuries, but clearly they have an impact on everybody in the game. And it makes a difference going into the season, obviously, for you like this, feeling healthy, like not like you did last year, recovering from the surgery.
Yeah, it feels good, man. Like getting back to, being able to stay inside the ball well, and my elbow being able to do things that I wasn't able to do before. I mean, it still hurts every once in a while. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's part of it, but I mean, your whole body hurts at this point. I'm in spring training 2 weeks in, my body hurts, my joints are already aching, and but that's just part of the grind, man. I think that's the beauty of baseball, and why I love it so much. It's just the aches and pains that this game.
You're gonna love your 40s then.
You're gonna love your 40s.
Yeah.
It's the best.
32s are not feeling great so far.
32.
So I got 9 more left.
Yeah. I mean, why anybody ever throws you a fastball in the inner part of the plate is beyond me, but it does happen.
It's crazy you brought that up, right? Because it's like I was looking at it the other day. I'm like, man, how the first couple lives that we had against our pitchers, I'm like taking, right, and I'm like 0-2 right off the gate. I'm like, God, like what's going on? Like 0-2, boom. Then his next pitch, slider down. I take it. I'm like, all right, that's for sure a ball. The guys in the back, obviously, all pitchers behind the net.
Of course,
they have the freaking little iPad, and they're like, yeah, it's a strike. I'm like, here you go.
That's out. 3 pitches.
I'm like, you couldn't even get a swing out. So after that, I'm like, man, like after the third time, I'm like, I had like 7 at bats. I had like 5 punchies, all looking, and I'm like, forget that.
I'm not doing this.
Swinging.
I'm swinging.
I'm swinging. That's who I am.
It is who you are. And you go back and you look at your numbers every year and you talk about 30 and 100, 30 and 100, 30 and 100, 30 and 100. And I was looking at him this morning and I'm like, the dude you can almost take it to the bank. So for you, I think the most you hit in a season, 37. And again, I know you're not up there looking to hit a bomb. You're looking to hit those gaps. You're looking, that right center gap is where that's when you're going right center, everyone knows, oh God, he's locked in. Like he's locked in. He's going to be locked in for a couple weeks. For you, do you look at things like that and go, 30 is great, but 40 would be dope?
Yeah, absolutely.
32.
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely want to hit that number.
Yeah.
It's a number I never hit. So yeah, for sure. I mean, that's on my radar, kind of want to go back and win a Gold Glove again. It's been a while since I won one. So,
which is ridiculous in its own right.
Yeah. I mean, it's politics in this world. But I mean, it's a good number. It's a big number. Petco's a little harder to do it in our division. It's a big ballpark, so I think you got to give and take, but I mean, it's doable for sure.
Well, we politicked hard for Jackson Merrill and Mike Schill. The best we can do is get you a runner-up, I think, Gold Glove Award, apparently.
Yeah, we did. I mean, God.
We'll try as best we can. I want to ask you talked about, facing your own pitchers during spring training. At the end of the day, they're your teammates. You want success for them. But here you're kind of going up against them. We saw Nick Pivetta and Fernando Tatis Jr. going at it yesterday. What's it like when you're going up against your own guys and trying to, because you got some really good pitchers on this squad, obviously.
I mean, it's fun, man. It's a friendly competition, right? I mean, it's something that we could get back and pushing each other on things. There's a lot of feedback that goes into these. We kind of give them feedback on like, hey, how this pitch is doing this pitch is doing that. They're also testing out pitches, so there's a lot of feedback we could give them. But at the end of the day, some bragging rights go. That kind of stays the whole year. You could always go back to that bomb that you hit off some guys.
We got a few
or the punchies.
Got a few more questions for Manny, including about the big win for his soccer team on Saturday. We got to pause 10 seconds for station identification here. It's Ben Woods on 97.3 The Fan. So, Manny, obviously you're busy at work getting ready for the season here in San Diego. Did you get a chance to watch, though,
Absolutely.
SDFC on Saturday?
Absolutely.
What an unbelievable, or Sunday, what an unbelievable debut.
Absolutely. It was a great win, great first win. And to do it in LA with the defending champs, even better.
Crazy.
Huh?
Crazy.
That was
never
insane.
So were you a big soccer fan your whole life, or was this just something like an opportunity?
Actually, when I got into pro balls, when I kind of got into soccer, I wasn't a big soccer fan growing up. I couldn't play soccer, and I didn't really know much about it. And then pro ball guy, you start learning about Madrid, Barcelona, became a Barcelona fan with Messi, and just started watching soccer there. And then fast forward now, part owner of a soccer team in San Diego, and being part of a franchise that's gonna bring a lot of championships hopefully to the city. And two franchises, not just one, but it'll be fun, man. And honestly, from that game, what I got the most was, you see how many fans went up there, man.
Crazy.
I mean, and people always say that we're not San Diegans aren't loyal fans, and we went up there and showed out. They show out for baseball, and they're showing out for soccer as well.
It's crazy. And then even since you started here in San Diego playing for the Padres, I mean, Petco Park the last couple of years has been insanity.
Yeah.
I mean, insanity. And I know you guys feed off of it, and you see the loyalty, and I know how important it is for you to
why not do it again?
No doubt. I mean, and I know, for you, we've asked a lot of the guys about it. The way that it ended last year was, it was just so out of character for the team, and you really can't go into the offseason and go, well, we're not going to go 24 scoreless innings again, because it very well could happen. I mean, it could happen to start the season. You just don't know with this game. How hard was that for you guys to deal with, and how long did it take you to kind of get it out of your mind once it was over?
Yeah, it sucked. You look up. In the moment, you don't even know you're going.
Right.
You're going through that drought, right? Until after, where they talk about, they went, so and so innings without scoring. I mean, it was tough. It was tough. I mean, they came out. I don't know what happened. They came out and they showed out, man, and they pitched really well. And we couldn't do it. I mean, we're trying everything. I mean, we had scouting reports. We had, we knew exactly what they were doing. It was just they were executing, and we just couldn't get one across. And that's baseball sometimes,
yeah.
Right? Does this thing? Obviously, it stings. I mean, of course it's going to. But yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of. You kind of look at the good and the bad out of that series, look at the good of the bad out of the whole year, and then you kind of regroup and start strategizing for the next year and how we can get better. And obviously with Schulte bringing in the new staff, with the players that we have around, we're going to continue to thrive, to get better at. There was a lot of things that we could have won the division last year easily. We lost it by 3-4 games. And there was 3 or 4 games that we did not play well throughout the year that we can get better at. And that's what we're working on now, is just the little things that we can get better at to not let that happen, and, hopefully take a division.
A lot of the Dodgers players, a lot of them have said this offseason, that was the real World Series against the Padres. We thought they were the better team going into it. It kind of drives him crazy when we've talked about it. It's respectful, obviously.
It is.
I'm sure you probably heard some of those comments. What was your reaction when you hear those guys say that?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely. I think it was a World Series all year. I mean, we're going back and forth the whole year. And then obviously that series was awesome. I mean, it was it was 2 big teams going right back at each other. We clapped, and then they clapped back, and then we clapped again. They clapped back, and then they had the last clap. And that's the beauty of sports, man. That's how it happens. And yeah, man, it was definitely it was definitely a different vibe. I would say it was definitely a different vibe. It wasn't the vibe like we had a couple years before, prior. Even the championship series when we played against Philly, it wasn't the same. Yeah, that was definitely for us, for sure. It was a World Series. We're playing it like it was a World Series, and we ended up falling short.
Well, Manny, I appreciate it. There may be a race now for that ring in San Diego, though, with SDFC.
I will say, first home game coming up Saturday. Yeah. I'll be there. So you fans that supported us in LA and supported us in San Diego.
You're going.
Nice absolutely, I'm going. Absolutely, I'm going. A little quick show out. So I'll be out there and come out there and support the fans.
Awesome, man.
Manny,
Thank you as usual.
Great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Manny Machado, Padres third baseman.